Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to try to travel from Hope Valley to Hermit Valley. Hope Valley is on Highway 88 just south of Lake Tahoe in California, and it's called Carson Pass Highway 88. And then we're going to travel southward to the next highway, which is Highway 4, which is also referred to as Ebbets Pass. And it's going to be about 12 miles to a place called Lower Blue Lakes on this nice paved road. And then we're going to hit the dirt, and it's a four-wheel drive road, and we'll see how it goes, but I believe we can make it in the Sprinter. We're going to do our best, and so come on along for a great ride. We're going to check it out. Over to our left right now, you can see the meandering stream. It's really pretty, really nice. It's pretty flat here in Hope Valley, so the stream just meanders all over like a snake. It's pretty cool. So after we go through the valley and the meandering creek, we start to climb up a little bit. We leave the valley, and then we get closer to Blue Lakes. I should point out that at the very beginning there is a snow park in the winter, and you can camp there in the winter or the summer. If you camp there in the winter, you have to pay the snow park fee. If it's the summertime like now, you don't have to pay anything. It's free camping. There's an outhouse there. It's pretty awesome. There's also an official campground that you have to pay for called Hope Valley Campground, and that's a nice place. And just so you know, you can camp anywhere along this road. It's a beautiful area. There's some really cool camping spots. And we'll pass a few of them, and I'll show you some of those. But for now, we're starting to climb up toward what I call Blue Lakes Pass. I don't think it's officially a pass, but you go over a hump and then you drop down a little bit to the Blue Lakes area. Okay, so as we get up higher, you can see it starts getting a little more mountainous, a little more closed in, and we've left the valley. And there's a very cool ranch up here somewhere, I think. I'm going to try to show you. And there ahead you can see the peaks up high with snow on them. They're over 9,000 feet, I think 10,000. If you look to the right a bit here, there's a road that goes in, and I know it's a little bit hard to see, but you can see the road there on the right, and then you'll probably see a couple of campers. But this is a kind of a popular place to camp, and people like to come up here and just set up their RVs, camp for free. It's pretty awesome. And I think right here, where this guy is standing next to the stop sign, this is where the road comes out. So it just kind of loops in and then comes out. Okay, so we've come up quite a bit, but then it flattens out a little bit, and on the left here is a big old meadow, and I think this is where the old ranch is. And I'm going to show you that. I'll turn the camera on so you can see over to the left here. This is where the ranch is. If you look back in there, you can see kind of a meadow behind the trees, and it goes way off to the left. And then there's more buildings and such over here to the right. Really pretty spot. And here we are a little bit further up the road, and you can see some of the old ranch buildings. You see there's a truck back there, the trailer, so it's being actively worked on now. I don't see any cattle, but maybe they're already here back there somewhere, or they're just preparing for a beautiful old place. And as we pass the ranch, you can see it's kind of like a meadow off behind me and up ahead, and this is where the meadow ends. And then we start the climb in earnest up to the pass, and things get a little bit more open. So we have really nice views up here. As we climb up, we leave the meadow and the ranch area, and now we're working our way up high to the Blue Lakes Pass area. And again, I don't think that's the official name, but that's just what I call it, because you do go over a pass, then you drop down to the Blue Lakes area. Okay, so now we're working our way up toward the Blue Lakes Pass area, and it's kind of wide open, and there's some really nice views up here. And I think the pass is at about 8,200 feet, something like that. So we've climbed about 1,200 feet from Hope Valley, and then after this we're going to descend. But near the top, you're going to see there's a little bit of a turnout, and that's a place where you can pull over and stop and have some nice views, and it's a really cool place. So after that, we're going to descend the pass, and then we're going to continue on our way toward Blue Lakes. And we're getting pretty close now. We're only a few miles away. But the road is pretty nice here. It kind of straightens out and continues to do some smaller curves. But the drone enables us to see the beautiful Sierra Crest in the distance. It's very nice. Okay, this point right here is where Tamarak Road turns to the left. And you can go back in there. There's PCTs back in there. And you can also continue for a ways on the road, and there's a couple of lakes back there, and there's camping back there. That's a place I'd like to try sometime. see how difficult those roads are, but they are four-wheel drive dirt roads. But it looks like a great place to camp. Going straight ahead, we're almost at mile 12. Mile 12 is where this pavement ends, and that's right at Lower Blue Lakes, or Lower Blue Lake. There is an Upper Blue Lake, and there's a great campground along there which they're renovating now, and I think it's going to be open in a couple of weeks. This is 2024, so the activities around here are mostly like fishing, hiking, and then hanging out by the creek. And if you make it to the lakes, of course, then there's a lot of SUP paddling and kayaking and things like that. I'm not sure about motorboats. I think motorboats, small motorboats are allowed, fishing boats are allowed on Blue Lakes, because I know there's a boat ramp there. Okay, we just got to get over this little bump, and I think we are at Lower Blue Lake. You can start seeing some buildings, maybe the camping area. There's some folks camping there, or that's probably one of the workers, because I believe that the campground is currently closed. Oh dear. Well, the road I wanted to go to, the dirt road that takes me from Lower Blue Lake to Hermit Valley, appears to be closed. Maybe now is a good time to check out that Tamarak Road that I mentioned and see what's going on out there. So let's have a looky over there and see what happens. Okay, so now we're coming back to the Tamarak turnoff here. See a sign right there. And we're going to turn into here, and this is going to turn to dirt. We're going to cross the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail, and then we're going to continue on our way. Attaboy. Didn't seem too worried about getting out of the way. Okay, this junction right here, if we go left, I'll swing around here and you can see this. It says trailhead parking, and this is where you catch the PCT, but we're not going to do that. Instead, we are going to continue forward and head to the lakes if it's not too bad of a road. Okay, as we're driving along here, I just want to talk a little bit about what happened. So my intention was to drive to Lower Blue Lake and then catch the road to Hermit Valley, and that's closed for some reason. But on the other hand, this is an area that I wanted to explore at some point. So I kind of feel like there's not much lost really, because I'm just doing this now and I'll do that some other time. But in terms of showing you guys a cool place, I think we're 100% on here, because we are going to hopefully discover a really awesome camping place. And I'm looking at the peaks. You'll see them in a minute here as we come around this corner. It might be a really nice place, especially if we have some views. So it's all about the discovery. Well, we're at the first lake already. It's really pretty down there. There's a little road that goes down there, but there's a guy camping down there, so I'm not going to bother him. Here's another nice view of the lake from the road. Okay, so I took a look at the map. This lake right here that we're looking at, that's Tamarak Lake. And then if we go further, there's a couple more lakes, and there's one called Summit Lake, and there's one called Sunset Lake, and then there's also a reservoir up there. But I think one of those upper Sunset or Summit Lake could be really cool, because maybe there's more of a view, and that would be something that I would be pretty happy about. I have to say, this road is pretty benign. It's definitely a high clearance road, but it'd be a stretch to call it a four-wheel drive road, because I think you could make it up here with any car with just a medium amount of clearance. Even a two-wheel drive pickup or something would be fine, because there's really nothing steep or technical so far. And I'm getting back here pretty far, so well, there's another car, and that looks like a Lexus 450 or something like that. It's probably all-wheel drive, but a car like that has no trouble getting out here. Now, there's a lake on my left here, it looks like, or some sort of bog. I'm going to show you with the camera. Look through the trees there, you can see kind of a grassy lake. Looks like a good place for mosquitoes, so I don't know what that is, but I'm going to go a little further. The way my brain is working right now, I'm feeling like some of these low areas are pretty boggy and wet, and we're in the trees. So what I'd like to do, if I can, is to get up a little higher, find something a little more open, maybe a little windier and a little drier. And I think that would be better from a mosquito standpoint. But I have no idea what's going to happen on this road. We'll just have to see. Okay, I'm going to make an executive decision here. We're at a T intersection. To the left is Upper and Lower Sunset Lakes, and to the right is Summit Lakes. But the one to the right says Wet Meadow or something, and it also says it's a reservoir, so it's a man-made lake. So these might be real lakes, so I'm more interested in that. And let's just go see how they look. They're not very far. Okay, I think we're at the lake, and I'm seeing some roads that go here and there, which means there might be campsites. And this one is definitely up higher and a little more open, so I think the plan is working. So I'm just going to go this way and see if we can see the lake pretty soon. I see these roads going into the, oh man, I think these are up high, and that's where I want to be. So I'm going to take this left here and turn up this, whoa, road. I'm still in two-wheel drive, so it's not bad. We're going to climb up this thing, and I assume, I don't know, but I assume that maybe there's a view of the lake at the top. Oh God, look at that tree just dead ahead, that big stump. Not too tall, beautiful tree. Gotta watch my clearance here. We're rubbing the roof a little bit, but that's okay. If you don't have scratches on your van, then you're not really four-wheeling, are you? Oh my God, I'd love to camp up here. Oh, this is amazing. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this, look at those two trees. And this is like a turnout camping spot, and there's nobody here. So I think we've got home sweet home. And, oh, and there's the lake down to the right. I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you, hang on. Oh my gosh, this place is unbelievable. I was talking about how I wanted to get a little higher up with good views and above the wet part, and this is exactly perfect. So if you look the other way, I'll turn the camera around. This is the view from the other way, or looking out the side of the van. This is what I'm going to see. And there's the lake there. Now if you look at the far end, you can see it is dammed, so this must also be a reservoir. It just didn't say anything about it, but that's okay. But honestly, I don't need to be down by the water because I'm not really getting in the water. I'm not boating or anything or fishing. So being up here is great because there's a little bit of a breeze and there's no mosquitoes. And it's absolutely perfect. I've zoomed into the other side of the lake and you can see there's actually somebody, probably, I don't know if they're camping or going to camp, but they're hanging out there by the lake. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see where they are relative to where I am. There we go. Here's another angle so you can check it out. There's the lake. There's the van. There's the high peaks in the distance. And there is that incredibly awesome tree. I'm gonna go look at it and see if I can figure out what it is, if it's a juniper or something like that. Okay, here's the foliage of the tree. And it indeed looks like it's a juniper. Just a really awesome. Look at that thing. Really amazing. And two of them side by side, both gorgeous. Here's the tree again with the van back there. Amazing. Well folks, I've now been at this campsite for a couple of hours and really learned to appreciate it. So first of all, we got these beautiful ancient juniper trees, a pair of them. And then we have this mountaintop perch up above Lower Sunset Lake there. I've got an absolutely wonderful site, and unfortunately, I have a vehicle that can get me here. So this has been incredible. And to top it off, an unexpected benefit is that I've got really good internet up here. So if I want to take care of some internet stuff, I can do that here. In the meantime, this is called Lower Sunset Lake. So let's see how the sunset's going to be. But in case I don't film again, I'd like to thank you for coming along. I really appreciate it. And I extra appreciate it if you like and subscribe. You know, that helps out a lot. So please do that, and until next time, thanks for watching.